morning, everybody. This is Brittany freaking Chavez, and welcome to another Throat Punch Thursday. I'm going to go live today and do intuitive readings and messages for the collective. So if you would like a reading, feel free to comment on this stream and let me know. I would love to read for you. As always, to get us started, I am going to go ahead and pull a general reading. Okay, this is a general reading for the collective to understand the energy that we've been experiencing this week. And like I said, if you would like a reading, feel free to comment. Tonight, I am reading from the Soulful Woman deck. Super cool. I love this deck because I think it's really beautiful. I feel like it's inspirational, and it really helps to understand the energy that surrounds you and really how to get inspired from that point. Okay, so let's look at the collective energy for today. So the first card I got, this is the energy that surrounds us for this week, and I got friendship. I am deeply grateful for the gift of friends. My appreciation for them is endless. And so this card is a really good reminder that all of us go through things. We all go through life. We all go through hardships. We all go through struggles. But friends are the people who we should be able to rely on, right? Friends are our chosen family. You know, a lot of us have trouble with our family, our blood family. A lot of us feel like we can't relate to them or like we can't be our true, honest selves with them. And some of our family is even maybe a little toxic or painful. So it's very important that we nurture also our community circles and our friendship circles. I strongly feel like this is definitely a message for us this week that we need to be extra grateful to our friends. So if you haven't already, make sure that you reach out this week to your friends. Make sure that you send them a message or a text and share your gratitude for them. And then our clarity for this week, moving us forward, is loving from the inside. And this says, it is a blessing to give myself the gift of my own presence. And that is so beautiful. So I do want to talk to you real quick about Western astrology. So today, Chiron, the comet, goes retrograde, and that energy will affect us until about the middle of December. Chiron is the wounded healer archetype, and it embodies that energy of the wounded healer. So right now is the opportunity for us to work on our healing, especially healing traumas, healing old wounds, healing old negative experiences and things like that. So I really strongly recommend that you guys are aware of Chiron and aware of your own birth and astrology charts and where Chiron lies in those placements, because now is a time for deep healing, and that might help you understand a little bit how to accomplish that healing as well. So I really feel like that message of healing or loving yourself from the inside is definitely a message of Chiron going retrograde and a collective energy message for us to have presence with ourselves, and not only presence, but definitely also compassion. Let's check the chat. Oh, you guys are always so sweet. Thank you so much, Karen. Let me know if you would like a reading. Hi, Pinky. Hi, Anna. Pinky says, how am I? I'm doing pretty well. I had a little bit of a wobble this week, and my car broke down, and now it's in the shop, and it's going to be really expensive to repair. It's going to be like $1,500. So, that happened. I feel good though, and I still feel emotionally balanced, and this is just, for me, a lesson that sometimes life doesn't go our way, and we can still choose to be happy. We can still choose to have balance. Things happen, crisis happens, everything happens, and you have the opportunity to move forward and to be kind to yourself and to be kind to others. If you're upset, if you're angry, if you're stressed out about your life circumstances, you're not hurting anybody but yourself. So understand that even if you're like me, you're going through some really crazy stuff right now, it's okay, and just breathe, and you're going to get through it, But let's go ahead and pull some cards for Pinky, and then we'll pull some cards for Anna and anybody else who's catching this live stream. Feel free to comment, and I would also love to give you a reading. So here we go. Here we go, Pinky. We got one card. Yep, and here's two. So this is really good, Pinky. The energy that surrounds you is creative cocooning, and it says creative cocooning is a freedom given that I give myself, and I create a nest for peace, healing, and calm. So this is the energy that surrounds you. I really feel like, Pinky, this talks about protecting your balance, and especially like protecting your own space right now. So the message to you, Pinky, is that it's okay to isolate. It's okay to kind of take a step back. And like I said, Chiron did just go retrograde. You might be feeling some of these retrograde energies, and you might be inspired to take a break, to not be on social media so much, to just like chill out, maybe to not interact with friends and family so much. You might be going on kind of like your own like healing journey yourself. And a lot of people need to turn inwards to be able to do that. And so your clarity card, what moves you forward, is Princess Charming. And it says, I take the horse by the reins and become my own Princess Charming, taking care of my own needs. So these cards definitely very much relate to each other. And I would say that this is definitely a theme for you. So you need to be putting yourself first right now and working on your own healing, working on your own cleansing, working on your own connection to spirituality. And so I also strongly feel like this is a message to not seek outside validation from other people. And remember, we do have community, we do have friends, we have family, we have people that we can reach out to, but make sure that you get the response that you want to get when you reach out to somebody. So what I mean by that is, if you're asking advice about, paganism or how to live an alternative spiritual path, and you go to somebody who's super, Catholic or something like that, they're probably not going to give you a good advice. So know your audience and make sure that you're going to the correct people for the correct support that you need. If you have like some sort of awesome creative idea and you go to talk to somebody who's really like type A and a part of the world, and like they do business for a living, and you're telling them about your creative ideas, they might not give you the best advice. They might be too much thinking about business energy to give you good creative aspirations and advice. So this is a message to seek the people who are going to help you the most. And also, it's okay to turn inward. It's okay to cocoon. It's okay to be quiet. It's okay to love yourself enough to seek solitude. And it's okay to enjoy your own company. I hope that one's helpful, Pinky. And we'll go ahead and we'll shuffle, and we'll read for Anna. Pinky says, thank you. You're welcome. Oh, Anna says she's having a rough night and wondering if she could do something physically. Pinky says, yeah, not on social media so much, taking care of me and putting me first. Your messages are always on point. That's awesome, Pinky. I'm glad that it was helpful. And like I said, sometimes you do need to turn inwards. Sometimes that's the best. So we'll go ahead and we'll read for Anna, and then we'll read for Karen. So Anna, we've got one card for you. And hang on, we'll shuffle and get another card. And anybody else tuning into this stream, feel free to message, comment on this thread, and I will get you a reading as well. So Anna, the energy that surrounds you is called the flow of partnership. And this says, the ebb and flow of relationships takes me where I need to be next on my path. So the energy that surrounds you is partnership. So I would say, you just mentioned in the chat that you're having a rough night physically. Anna, this means that you need to reach out, I think, to your partner. You might also reach out to if you have magical friends or magical partners, it might be time to reach out to them. But really, this is a message of reaching out for support and for community. I feel like a lot of people, like I'm one of those like chronic illness spoony people. I feel like a lot of people like me struggle with being able to reach out to people. Like we struggle with, we need help a lot, right? Our bodies don't always cooperate or do the things that our souls want us to do. And so it can feel like we're a burden almost, or like our body has failed us. And it's like, I'm always reaching out for help, but I strongly feel like this is like a spiritual lesson. I know it is for me. Like I'm a really strong person. I hate asking for help. And, being sick has taught me that I need to reach out for help. Like sometimes I need people to help me with my kids. Sometimes I need extra help from my partner. And that's the ebb and flow of relationship. And so that's what this card is talking about. It's talking about the energy that surrounds you. And now is the time to reach out, and don't feel bad or guilty about it either, because you nurture, you support, you bring a different kind of energy to people, an energy that's very restorative. And so it's not like you're a burden to people. It's like there's a harmonious give and take in all of your relationships. So don't feel bad about reaching out and finding support when you need it, because you reach out and you support other people as well. So think of your relationships as more harmonious, instead of thinking like, oh, I'm kind of the dead weight in this situation. You're not. You're absolutely not. You're very valuable. And your presence alone is what makes you valuable. You don't even have to do anything. You don't even have to say anything. You don't have to perform or produce. You simply are, and so you're valuable. So that's the energy that surrounds you. Let's look at what drives you forward. So your clarity card is my creative power. And it says, as I invest in my own creative potential, I experience my female creative genius. And so, Anna, this talks about allowing yourself to feel the freedom of creativity. I strongly think that if you are angry or you are sad, a lot of times that means you have some trapped creative potential inside of you. Like there's something inside of you that needs to be said, or that needs to be drawn, that needs to be written. There's something inside of you, and that there's a message and energy that needs to be expressed or created. So this could be, a message that you could get therapeutic or spiritual or energetic release just from being creative, So maybe tonight you pick up a journal, And like I said, Chiron went retrograde. Now is the time to work out all of our kinks, to work out all of our past traumas, to work on all of the lessons that we've learned throughout the past, year, really, throughout all of 2020 and 2021. So pick up that journal, make that first step towards being more creative and towards listening to yourself, however you see fit. So if that is, writing, if that is telling your story, if that is making a painting or something like that, now is the time to tap into that creative expression and to feel that, So I hope that one's helpful. And we're going to go ahead and move forward, and we will read for Karen next. Very wonderful. And I'm going to go ahead and shuffle. And like I said, anybody else watching, make sure that you comment so that I can get you a reading. But also, I really appreciate when people share this feed. So if you can share this with your friends who might be interested in readings, that's really awesome. That helps to grow my channel. And also make sure to thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. But we'll go ahead and shuffle these cards, and then we'll pull a couple cards for Karen. It's been a while since I read from this deck. So I kind of feel like I was neglecting it. I'm like, we have to read from the Soulful Woman. All right, Karen. So the energy that surrounds you is this love-based reality card. And this says, I am soul nurtured where I surround myself with friends and family who support a love-based reality. So Karen, this really speaks to, I kind of said a little bit about this when I was doing Pinky's reading, but this really speaks to surrounding people who share your ideals and your thoughts. I had a really cool conversation with a friend yesterday, and she was talking about how she really loves this one particular person, loves them so much, but she feels like they're just a really big drain on her energy. So she loves them, but she's not around them very often. And you can have that separation. You don't have to, be around somebody all the time, or even text them all the time, or call them all the time, or invite them over for dinner. You can love people in your family, you can love people in your community, and not have to be so close to them. So this is a reminder to choose your people, to choose your family, to choose your community. This is a very strong reminder that now is the time to surround yourself with people who are supportive of you, who understand the world that you're trying to create. And I want to take this time also to remind you all that we are all very powerful co-creators of our universe and of our experience. And so you are a creator, and everybody you surround yourself with is a creator. So are you with people who are creating a world and a reality that you want to be a part of? Or are you with people that have a different idea about reality than you? This could be a message to find co-creators, to find partners, to find friends, to find family, to find people who are close to you and who understand where you're going. And let's see the clarity card. So moving forward, you have uniquely myself. And this says, I trust that who I am is perfect for my unique journey and soul path. So Karen, this is a message, really. I feel like maybe sometime this week, people were not kind to you. They were, picking on you for who you are, for who you choose to be, for, maybe they're you're just weird or something like that. They just don't understand your life. They don't understand your path. They don't understand your journey. And they're picking on you. So this is a message that you are uniquely yourself. And Dave Grohl says, nobody can be you, and that is your superpower. And I super love Dave Grohl. But he's so right. You are the only person who can be you. And there are people out there that want to be surrounded by you just for your presence, just for who you are. You are allowed to exist and to be loved and to feel nurtured and to find joy. And if you are surrounding yourself with people who don't feel your joy, who don't express gratitude for your presence, who are always picking or criticizing on you, now is the time to maybe put some distance. Like I said, you don't have to hate them or, cut them out or be mean to them. Like, you could just put some distance between you and them and surround yourself instead with people who are more supportive of your life, more supportive of your lifestyle, more supportive of the choices that you make. And I hope that one's helpful, Karen. So we'll go ahead and check the chat again. Oh, Pinky's so sweet. Pinky said, please donate to Cash is King. I really appreciate it. I do have my payment links pinned at the top. Oh, wow. This is cool. So Anna said, I'm really trying to paint all evening, but my body is not getting on board. Anna, message me later. And when I'm done readings, we can talk about that, because I like to paint and my body doesn't always cooperate. And maybe we can put our heads together and find some more like accessible ways for you to paint and express yourself and not be feeling crumpled. Oh, Megan says, I don't have PayPal. Do you have Venmo? I don't have Venmo, but you can send money to PayPal even if you have a debit card and not a PayPal account. We're going to go ahead and read for Celeste. Then we will read for Anna, Anna A. And then we will read for April. Cool. Very neat. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle for you, Celeste. And like I said, we're reading from the Soulful Woman deck tonight. So I'm super excited about that. Anybody else joining the stream, if you have a question, feel free to ask it. If you just would like a general reading, feel free to pop in here on the chat and let me know that you would like a reading. I would love to read for you. So let's see. We'll read for Celeste. I got one card. And here's a second card. And these cards are just so beautiful. All right, Celeste. So the energy that surrounds you is dream seeds. I nurture my dream seeds with love and appreciation and allow them to unfold in their own timing. And so, Celeste, this talks about the life of your dreams. This talks about you living the life of your dreams. And so along the way, as you get old, as you have kids, as you go through life, you forget about your dreams. You forget about who you were as a little child. You forget about all of the really cool aspirations and ideas, the book ideas, the ideas for magical paintings, the ideas for community projects. You forget about those things because you become busy with life. So this is a really stark reminder to get in touch with who you are and to remember yourself and remember your dreams. A lot of us don't dream because we feel like it's not practical. And so instead of nurturing ourselves and our inner being and our wisdom, our messages, our dreams, we nurture reality and we nurture, working the 9 to 5. We nurture our careers. We nurture our families. So this is a strong message that you have a beautiful dream inside of you. And now is the time to nurture yourself and maybe even to nurture that dream into existence. So think about what lit you on fire when you were a little girl. What was so amazing? What made you so happy when you were a little girl? That is what you need to work on. That's what you need to move forward with. Or maybe you've had dreams and aspirations in the past and you've kind of put them on the back burner. What's one thing that you could do today to make that dream closer to your reality? And then let's see, clarity card moving forward is uniquely myself. This just came up. I trust that who I am is perfect for my unique journey and my soul path. So this means, Celeste, this is radical self-love, radical self-forgiveness, radical understanding of who you are, and then acceptance. Sometimes it's hard to come to a place of acceptance. Sometimes it's hard to come to a place of love. But if you can look at yourself and look at yourself just simply in a neutral light, just say, I am here and I'm living life. I am okay. Just say those things to yourself. And then it's easier to learn how to accept yourself. Look at this. Celeste says, I definitely did forget. Yeah. So a lot of us do, Celeste. So this is, again, these are two cards that very much relate to each other that talk about remembering who you are, and then being unapologetic about it. Unapologetic. And so what that means is that you are who you are and you don't let other people criticize you. You don't let other people try to take you down a peg. You are listening to yourself and following your dreams and moving forward. And I think that when you listen to yourself, that is how you find the path to authenticity, the path that a lot of us have lost. A lot of us wake up one day and say, I'm not living my own life. I don't even feel like my own self. I don't know what makes me happy anymore. I don't know what to do. I don't know who I am. And this is because we've lost touch with who we are. So this is a message to get in touch with you. What makes you uniquely you? And so let's go ahead. I hope that one was helpful, Celeste. That was a big message. I feel like the room got really heavy when I pulled those cards. But let's see. We've got Anna. We can read for Anna, then April. Then Karen says, wow, I've been weeding those who are draining me. And thank you for the verification of this. You're the best. I appreciate you, Karen. And Anna S. would like a reading as well. And then... oh, Karen said something as well. Okay, we'll get to you as well, Karen. But let's go ahead and we'll shuffle and read for Anna A. And they say, can I have a reading about money or just general? Yeah, let's just pull some cards and we'll see what the cards have to say. Oh, wait, one fell out. So that's really good. That's really good energy when they fall out. It's like they're jumping out and it's like, this is a really important message for you. So we got one. There we go. And here's another one. All right, here's for Anna. The energy that surrounds you is being with discomfort, being with discomfort. And it says, at times of discomfort, I courageously seek my soul essence. Oh my, which that was a big beep. So this is a really big message here, Anna. Hang on a second. I'm sitting here reading. I'm in my empty office with nobody else around here. And there is a huge, somebody just honked the horn really loud. This is like honk. This is really important for you, Anna. So again, sitting with discomfort is the energy that, oh geez, they keep beeping. So sitting with discomfort is the energy that surrounds you right now. And that means sometimes life is uncomfortable. Sometimes things do not go our way. And like I said at the beginning of this reading, like I'm going through a lot personally. Like I just had like a huge breakdown, like 3 big things on my truck like broke. And so like now I have like all of this discomfort. And like in times in the past when I've been discomfortable with myself, I have done stuff that's really not healthy. Right. I've done stuff like I'll just sleep it off, or I just won't talk to anybody for 2 weeks until I figure out how I'm going to solve all these problems. And like, I'm not choosing that this time. I don't care if things are going crazy. Like I am choosing to feel good. I am choosing to feel happy. If I am stressed out, if I'm in pain, if I'm upset, like I'm hurting myself, I'm draining my life force, I'm making myself sick, I'm raising my blood pressure. Like it's not worth it. Whatever you're going through, it's not worth it to be upset. Instead, sit with that discomfort and say, why am I feeling this? Is there anything I can do to change the situation? Is there anything I can do to move this forward? If there is, then do it. If the path forward is honesty, like I'm upset because somebody's, hurting my boundaries and I refuse to speak up and to tell them because I feel like it would make the situation worse. Now is the time to speak up. You're just hurting yourself by being silent. Or if it's just situational, if everything keeps breaking down on you and you're like, what the heck, man? Sit with it. Sit with it. If you can't fix it, it's okay. Life moves on with or without the things that have broken. So that's very important. You have to think about when you're going through rough times, especially rough times with money, you have to think about what's really important to you. And are these things really important? What is important to you? Is your family important? Is your friends important? Are your dreams, your career important? What is important? And then follow it, chase it, and honor it, love it, give it so much energy so that it grows. And then the path forward, the clarity card, is self-renewal. Self-renewal. As I clean out old energies, I have more space for that which wants to be birthed into my life. And so this strongly talks about self-renewal, self-cleansing, self-healing. This is like the energy of like clutter. Dude, Anna, I feel like you should have a garage sale. Like you should get rid of everything that you don't want. And that could get you a little bit more money too. I don't know if you're like me, but I'm a little wild, people. I just moved into an RV like almost 2 months ago now. And so I got rid of everything. I got rid of all the things that I didn't need, and I fit in this little tiny space now, and I am happy as a lark. So Anna, I'm not telling you to move into an RV, but it might be time to downsize and to declutter and to get rid of old things. And I want to remind you at this point, as you declutter, as you get rid of old papers, old clothes, old things you don't need anymore, you're not just moving things around in the physical world. As you interact with the physical world, you're also moving things around in your spirit. You're moving things around in your energy. So if you feel like you're stuck, if you feel like I just can't get any movement forward, it might be time to make space in your life, literally make space. And as you make space in your physical world, you are making space also in your spirit. You are sending signals out to the universe of saying, look, I've got a bunch of stuff that I don't need. I'm ready to let all of this go. And now I can invite more money, more creativity, more opportunities in for myself. And that was a big one, but I hope that that was helpful, Anna. And we'll go ahead, we'll read for April now. And she says that she has a meeting coming up about one aspect of her work, and that she wants to know what Spirit has to say about this aspect or about this situation. So let's go ahead and we'll. Anna says, thank you so much. You're very welcome, Anna. We'll go ahead and we'll shuffle, and then we'll read for April. OKCMomma says, I love a reading. How much do you request for a 3 or 4 card spiritual reading? OKCMomma, I could totally do 3 or 4 cards. Honestly, if you send me some money, I would be happy to do a more in-depth reading for you. I feel like whatever you have is a really good amount. I would say $10 to $20 is an honorable request for that amount of money. I do like to do these readings for free on Thursday, because I feel like some people can use the spiritual advice, but don't necessarily have the funds. So if you feel led, I would love some donations. That would be super helpful, especially in fixing my truck. But if you don't, I still love you all the same. I've been there. I'm there right now. But let's go ahead and we'll read for April. So April, we've got 1 card, and 1 just fell out. And you know what I said about the cards falling out, April? When they fall out, it means that they're extra big energy. Like it's an extra big message from Spirit. So this is really wonderful. We're going to go ahead and flip over to the cards now. The energy that surrounds you, April, is time of fallow. Creative manifestations occur more easily when I have nurtured myself and honored my time of fallow. And so I don't know what this could mean, possibly about work. Have you had like some like energies at work where things are just not matching up for you? Where like you feel like, man, like I really am not getting along well with this person's energy. I'm not getting along well with the way they communicate, their communication style. And this is causing some strife, some stress. I feel like this card is saying that you haven't gotten over it yet. Like that you have some stuff going on at work, and like, this is blocking my ability to get a promotion. Like this is blocking my ability to move forward. I strongly feel like that's what it is. And so what this says is sometimes you have to feel it to heal it. And sometimes you have to literally sit to recapitulate, to go over those, that person or those experiences, those negative experiences you have with those person in order to move forward. So this is a strong message to me anyways, to recapitulate your work experiences, recapitulate your events around work, recapitulate everything that you hate, especially about work, and then recapitulate everything that you love. And then that will help you kind of gather your energy, especially in preparation for a big meeting. I feel like that would be a very good thing to do. It can help you too when you go over times that were difficult or discomfortable. When you go over those things, you can learn from them. You can get wisdom from them. You're like, yes, I understand what happened, and now I know how to move forward better, stronger, wiser, more healed. And then your clarity card, the energy that moves you forward, is asking opens a pathway. So if you're asking for a raise or a promotion, this is really good for you. So if you're asking for something in this message, I would say this is really good. So it says, when I ask questions of my inner being, I then discover beautiful and helpful answers, and they always come to me. They always come to me. So Anna, this is a message that your inner spirit, your inner being, your higher self is here for it. They are here for all the changes you're trying to make. They are here for your healing. They are here for your promotions. They are here for more money. They are here for all of that stuff. Your inner being wants to see you succeed. And this is a strong message that your inner being is here to give you guidance. So if you have like a big work meeting coming up or something like that, and you just are like, I feel nervous about this. Like I feel nervous about meeting with these people, about talking, about asking. I feel nervous about all of this. It's really, I think, important to set intentions for meetings, really set intentions for all of your life. But I like to do open palm breathing. Sit, breathe with open palms, invite all of the energy into you, invite benevolent energy into you, and ask the universe for guidance. Ask the universe that, say this, right? All of the words I need to speak will come to me in the perfect time. I have harmonious alignment with all of the people I work with, and I am moving forward in this meeting. It will resolve with the best and highest intended good for all people involved. And that's the way. That's the way. Set intentions. This is a very good message to set intentions. And also, like I said, recapitulate some of that past stuff with the work. And I feel like that would help you move forward. I hope that one's helpful. Okay, we got to really scroll up. Everybody's commenting. Okay, so we've got, okay, Meghan says, we'll do Meghan and then Anna. Meghan says, I need clarification on loss. I am dreaming about it, but I can't figure out what it is. That's interesting. So we'll just do a general reading, Meghan, and see kind of what comes up and see if we can get you a little bit more clarity on that. But anybody else who is watching this video, feel free to comment. I'd love to get you a reading. And you can ask a question if you want, or just say you would like a reading, and I'll just do a general reading for you. Okay, Meghan, we got one. And what I want to say, I didn't look at these cards yet. I just kind of set them down. But what I want to say before even pulling these cards, Meghan, is are you dreaming of a loss that is yours? Like, have you lost something, or are you going to lose something? Or is it possible that you're dreaming of somebody else's loss? Like, I know a lot of people, sometimes they get dreams and premonitions, and sometimes the hurt you feel, the loss you feel, the grief you feel, it isn't yours. So make sure you do some divination in your own soul, your own spirit, to make sure that what you're feeling is for you and it's not intended to pray for, to help somebody else out. And so the energy that surrounds you is in the flow. When I am in the flow, magic happens. So Meghan, if you've been dreaming, you've been having really strong dreams, you feel like you've been having messages, this is a message that right now you are in the flow. And this is, I feel like there's so many things that you could say with this. What comes off the bat is, when you are in the flow, when you are in the good alignment and harmony with your intuition, it feels so good. And so I want you to take this time of you being in the flow, of you getting messages from your dreams, of you feeling like you're answered all the time. And I want you to feel so much gratitude for it, because sometimes we go through areas of disconnection where it almost feels like a dark night of the soul, where it's like, you know, I don't know what's going on. I feel really disconnected and I don't know how to move forward. So be honored with this time and be grateful for it. And then you can see more of these times as well. But when you are in the flow, also, I want to mention this, it can feel scary. It can feel terrifying if you know things before people say things, if you have dreams about things and then they happen. That can be really scary. And it can almost be like, especially if this is a new thing, it's like, I don't even know what's happening and I don't even know what to do with it. So just sit with it. Don't be afraid. Fear is a very base level emotion. Instead, sit and lean into whatever you're experiencing. And I would definitely do more divination, ask more clarity. The clarity, the movement forward card is true worth. My true worth is intrinsic and shines from my inner being like a sacred jewel of love and compassion. So this is a really strong message that even if you are to lose something, right? If you are to lose a job or money or something like that, if you are to lose something, it doesn't take away from your value. And that is really important. I think it's especially an important point because we live in a capitalist society. We live in a society where our possessions are very super important, where our job and our status, our money, our bank accounts, our investment portfolios, those things are really important. And really, those things don't matter at all. So this is a message that you have worth, even when other people can't see it, even if you've lost a lot, even if people are judging you, you have worth. And so step into that alignment of worth. I don't know if that helps specifically with your dream. I hope that it gives you maybe some insights. And like I said, I think now is the time to do a little more self-divination. Maybe sit, if you can get to like a bathtub or like a lake or a stream, an ocean, sit in the water and ask for guidance, because I really feel like water is a conductive energy and it really helps to get you messages. It helps to get you healing. It helps to get you clarity. So, I mean, it might be time to do more self-divination and to turn inward and to think about this more seriously for yourself. And I hope that one's helpful. I'm going to go ahead and read for Anna S. Oh, and Karen said she loves my tattoos. Thank you so much. We'll read for Anna S., CrisBee, OKCMomma, Darla, And then there's a lot of people commenting. If you commented, I will read for you. Just be patient with me. I like to do really in-depth readings. So we're going to go ahead and read for Anna S. Shuffle these cards up. Oh, very nice. So Anna, the energy that surrounds you is in the flow. So what this means right now, Anna, is you are in the flow. Like you have a lot of things that are going right for you. Like things are going well. You're like thinking about things, holding a manifestation in your mind, and then these things just like pop up and they happen for you. And like I said in the last reading, like sometimes that can feel a little scary if you don't know what to do with it. So just allow yourself to be in the flow, allow yourself to receive messages. Don't seek for other people's outside validation at this time. And also, this is a really strong message that that you know what's up and you know what's right. So if you feel in the flow and you're making all these good decisions and you're attracting all these amazing things into your life, sometimes other people start to get a little jealous of you. Sometimes other people start to think like, oh, well, Anna's got all this stuff. Where's my stuff? And then they just get mad at you. Like, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with them either. It's just that they're angry because you have stuff that they don't have. And people can be very angry about spiritual gifts. People can be very angry about money, about jobs, about circumstances, even about lovers. So I feel like maybe there's some jealousy like in your life, not on your part. I feel like other people are like feeling jealous of you or something like that. And that might manifest as them trying to hurt you. So I would say just try to look at people with love and compassion at this time. And understand that sometimes people are angry at you for absolutely no reason, and it's not your fault. So don't let that throw you out of alignment or get you in a tizzy or upset about anything. Just because somebody else is upset doesn't mean you have to be upset as well. And then the next card, the clarity card, moving forward is my creative power. As I invent my own creative potential, I experience my female creative genius. And so this really speaks about just taking that first step, like putting pen to the paper and being creative. And right now you are in the flow. Anything you do will be great. Everything you touch turns to gold. So now is the time to make decisions and to move forward and to do what you have been thinking about for a while. I strongly feel like you have some sort of project or manifestation that is literally like inside of you, and you're like, I don't even know where to start. The message here is as soon as you start, things will start flowing. Sometimes the hardest part is like looking at a blank page and just getting over it and like putting a couple words down. And blank page anxiety is like super, super, super real. It doesn't matter if you're a writer, a painter. It doesn't matter if you're trying to work on a community project. And the first thing you need to do is outline it. You have to put pen to the paper and you have to get started somewhere. So don't get down on yourself and don't put yourself into a tizzy or into a block because you feel like, oh man, I've got so much to do. I don't know where to start. Just start. And if the first draft is terrible, it doesn't matter. You can just redo it. You could do another one, but just start. That's how you get things going. That's how you get in the energy of what you want, is you just start. So I hope that one's helpful, Anna. We're going to go ahead and read for CrisBee. Oh, and I see Elaine commented here too. We'll read for Elaine. You guys are so sweet to me. Thank you. I appreciate you all. So we got one for Chris. And here's a second one for Chris. So here you go, Chris. The energy that surrounds you is time of fallow. And so time of fallow really talks about sadness, depression, just feeling sad or feeling angry and allowing yourself to feel those feels. I feel like a lot of spiritual new agey stuff, a lot of gurus and stuff, they always tell you about like your vibration. And they're like, you have to have high vibes and say your affirmations and feel good 100% of the time or your life's going to suck. And so it's really like almost like victim blaming. Like if you go through bad experiences in your life, all these high vibe tribe spiritual hippies are like, oh, it's just your attraction, man. Like you're just attracting bad things. And like, that's not always 100% true. So I feel like now is the time to talk about flux. And that's a very important part of the universe that really super helps me. And while I do believe in the law of attraction, while I do believe that we're constantly putting vibrations out and getting them returned back to us, I also believe in flux. And what flux means is it just means there's energy, there's wild things that happen that we cannot explain. So sometimes a streak of bad luck, sometimes a loss, sometimes bad energy, sometimes bad experiences. It's not your attraction, it's just flux. It's just a random crazy thing that happened, and nobody could have prevented it. Nobody could have caused it. It just happened. And so I feel like right now you're in a time of flux, and maybe you've experienced some things that are just not, they're just not good, and you're just kind of working to go through them. So honor that part of yourself, honor that part of your healing journey, and allow yourself to feel sad, allow yourself to feel angry, allow yourself to feel grief, and then move forward. That's the only way that you can ever feel better, is just by feeling it, by acknowledging it. Say, yeah, I feel crappy right now, and that's okay. And then you can move forward. A lot of us don't feel our emotions and don't move forward with them. We just shove them down and we put them in a box. We compartmentalize them, and then they come up later and they're even bigger. They're bottled up. They're angry because we haven't sat and recognized with them. You have to sit and recognize your emotions, sit and recognize where do you feel that emotion in your body? And what is that emotion or sensation trying to tell you? And is there anything you could do to honor or feel that emotion and move forward? I've got a really cool video about trauma and tapping, and I'll link it here on the replay so that you can check out ways to feel your emotions and then heal them. But the path forward, the clarity card for you, Chris, is the path of awareness. And it says, if I sincerely ask, I am always guided back to the right path for me and to my central purpose. And so this is really super important. If you have been experiencing a time of flux where things are just rough right now, it can feel very heavy. It can feel very hard. It can feel like you're alone. It can feel like nobody is there to support you. And so if you are feeling very alone, it's time to turn inward, and it's time to sit with yourself and to recognize that you are a divine creator, that you have a lot of wisdom, that you know how to move forward. And that when you sit with yourself long enough, you will know what you are supposed to do. You will know why you were put on this earth. You will know why you are here. You will know what you are supposed to do next to get yourself out of this time of fallow. And so the message for you tonight, Chris, is that it's okay to feel bad. You're allowed to feel bad. Don't let the high vibes tribe, spiritual hippies tell you that you're not allowed to feel bad sometimes. You are. You are entitled to feel bad. You are entitled to have bad days. Don't sit with them too long and just move forward. But it's okay to feel sad. It's okay. It's okay to sit with that. And I hope that one's helpful, Chris. We'll go ahead and read for Elaine, and then we will read for OKCMomma, and then Darla. Okay. So Elaine, we got one card. I like this card. This is super cool. Oh, I feel like these really connect with each other. Like these themes go together. So Elaine, the energy that surrounds you is shining bright. I shine my light and allow my creative power to burn bright. This really speaks about, Elaine, you tuning into you tuning into your authentic self, you tuning into your power and being unapologetic for it. This speaks to you being able to express who you really are to friends, to family, to your community, and not feeling afraid about it. And I feel like I kind of work through a lot of this kind of shining bright aspect in my life because I was a part of like a really oppressive, like fundamentalist religion. And it was really rough for me to step away from that religion. It was rough for me to encounter people that I had gone to church with. And it was really super rough to even be like public about my spiritual path and to be public about what I do and who I am and what I believe, because I felt like I would get a lot of criticisms. And it doesn't have to be about religion. Like this goes for any part of your life. If you just are awakening up and you're like cracking like an egg, you're hatching essentially, and you're becoming somebody who's a lot different than what your community is used to, it can feel difficult. It can feel isolating, and it can lead you to a loss of identity. It can feel like, you know, I am this one person and I really truly am this person on the inside, but on the outside, people see me as this other thing. So it's like, how do I reconcile this other thing that they think I am with who I am on the inside? The message is that you just have to move forward in authenticity. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with everybody else. Even if it causes some weird or uncomfortable discussions, now is the time for honesty. And now is the time to, like I said, unapologetically be you. And then the clarity card, the energy that moves us forward is listening to my body. My health is my life, the temple of my experience, and the greatest of my blessings. And so this is a stark reminder, whether you are in good health or whether you are working towards more health, this is a stark reminder that your body is the only body that you've got. You can't get another one later. So it's time to pay more attention to your body, especially if maybe you are around people who are not 100% supportive of the changes that you want to make. It's time to find different accountability partners. So whether this is eating or exercising, or maybe it's even just spirituality and meditation, find accountability partners who will help you on this path and help you move forward in ways that are supportive of you. Not everybody is going to be supportive of you when you change, and that's okay. It's just how people are. It's their nature. It's up to you to find these supportive co-creators who want to wish you well, who want to clap for you, who want good things for your experience. And so this is a reminder, be you. Be unapologetically you. And it's okay to reach out to helpful people. It's okay to reach out to helpful people. Okay, we will read for Darla, then OKCMomma. Anna Ashby said she would like a reading for her husband. Let me get through some other readings. And if I have time, Anna, I would love to read for him as well. So Darla, let's go ahead and we'll shuffle some cards for you. Oh, I think this is going to be good for you too. This is wonderful. Anybody else who is watching on the stream, feel free to comment again, and I would love to get you a reading. Or not again, just comment once. Okay, so Darla, the energy that surrounds you is the power of my voice. The power of my voice. I speak my truth and express my feelings to others with care and compassion. So this is a really good message. I feel like a lot of people who get on the spiritual train talk about like their throat chakras and speaking their truth, but then they end up speaking their truth and being jerks about it. So this is a message that you can be kind, you can be soft, you can be compassionate, and you can still speak your truth. You don't have to be angry. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to be malicious when you speak your truth. And so I know a lot of people don't agree with me here. A lot of people feel like you have to be malicious to be assertive, or you have to be malicious to put your boundaries down. And the truth is, you don't have to be malicious to be authentic. Is that really your authentic being? Is that really your authentic voice? Are you a malicious, mean person? I think the answer is no. I don't think that anybody really identifies with being malicious or mean. So the message here is you can speak your truth without having to be mean to other people. You don't have to be angry. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to be hateful. And one of the things that's really important to me that I think has really helped me with conscious communication is simply when you're in the middle of an interaction or a difficult conversation, simply stop, take a breath, and ask yourself, what do I want out of this conversation? And if your words, if your energy is aimed like a sharp spear and you're trying to wound somebody with your energy and with your words, and you stop and you ask yourself, do I really want this? Do I really want to wound them? Do I really want to hurt them? Or do I want something from them? Do I want communication? Do I want closure? Do I want to move forward? You want something, and you probably don't want to hurt people when you start a communication or a hard conversation. So this is a message that you can speak your truth. You can be assertive. You can set boundaries, but you don't have to be mean. Ask yourself, what do I want out of this interaction before you move forward? And then the energy that moves you forward, the clarity card for you is the feminine law of attraction. I love the creative adventure that is my life. I celebrate myself as a female creator. And so this is really super cool. And I just want to remember or remind everybody that feminine and masculine energy, it surpasses genders, right? So anybody can embody feminine energy, and anybody can embody masculine energy, regardless of sex, regardless of gender. But this speaks about tapping into female creative potential, which I believe is very nourishing. I believe it's very nurturing. It's a very careful, slight way about going about manifestation and getting the things that you want. And so I really feel like these two messages go together. I feel like whatever you have to say is really important. Whatever interaction you have to make this week or maybe next week is very important to you. And so remember that you can be soft. You don't have to be hard. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to be malicious. You can be all of these kind, soft things without hurting other people. And I hope that one's helpful. So we're going to go ahead and read for OKCMomma now. And OKCMomma says, sent, may you feel led to read, looking for information on spirituality, heart, and creativity guidance. Okay, let's pull let's pull a couple of cards, OKCMomma. And we'll say we need information about spiritual inspiration for OKCMomma. And we'll do that first. Oh, very good. So I ask about spiritual inspiration first, okay? And so the the message that I got for you is the energy that surrounds you in terms of spirit. This is what spirit wants you to hear. This is helpful for your spiritual well-being and your spiritual movement and growth. And this is inner guidance system. So what spirit wants you to know is that the best answer always comes from the calm, radiant place within me. Wait for these with joy. And so this is a strong message that the books you read, the media you watch, the readers, if you watch readers on YouTube or on social media, if you have friends that you seek guidance from, if you have, I don't know, priests, pastors that you seek guidance from, if you have therapists that you seek guidance from, they should make you feel peaceful. You shouldn't leave a story or leave an interaction and feel like upset, feel like you're ready to go to war, feel like you're depressed or something like that. You should feel inspired, and you should always feel creative and calm if you're looking for outside sources of validation or spirituality or inspiration. If you're looking for inside sources of validation, the same still applies. So when you sit and you meditate and you have this angry thought that comes up, it's angry, it's judgmental, it's critical, it's hateful, that is not from source. That's from somewhere else. That's a past belief. That is an ancestor who is angry at you. That is an angry land spirit. That is something that you ticked off. That is not a good spirit that is trying to give you good, harmonious, balanced energy, especially spiritual energy and inspiration. So this is a message to tune into yourself and tune into that calm space that we all have. We all have this ability to feel calm, to feel serene, to feel peaceful. A lot of us have forgotten how to do it because we live in a world of such stimulation. So Kate, if you ask about, or OKCMomma, if you ask about spiritual guidance, understanding what spirit wants from you and how to move forward with spirit, the message is to tune inward and to find that place of quiet and calm. And then the next thing, this is really super fun, the energy that moves you forward is listening to my body. My health is my life in the temple of my experience and the greatest of all my blessings. So it might be time to practice a little bit more body awareness, body wisdom, maybe even body divination. And so you can listen to your body. And if you have trouble, like, I want to do meditation or I want to receive messages from spirit, and you're like, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to tune inwards. I don't know what calm feels like. A lot of people are like that. So if you don't know how to do that, maybe it's time to practice some body divination. And so you can do this by going to a thrift store and saying, I am going to find this thing at this thrift store, and just going to whatever thrift store your body tells you to go to, turning down whatever aisle your body tells you to, and finding that item. Like, that is a very cool way to prove that you are always attracting and that you are always creating and that your body is very wise. Your body, you can do dowsing and divination with your body. And this is also a very good way to start tuning into your intuition. Another thing that you can do to increase your body awareness and body wisdom, body intuition, is by sitting with yourself in a quiet space and telling yourself the truth and feeling the body sensations of truth go through you. What does it feel like in your chest? What does it feel like in your head? What does it feel like in your stomach when you tell a truth? And then tell yourself a lie. What does it feel like in your body, in your head, in your spirit, in your soul, in your heart when you tell yourself a lie? That is a good way to start understanding spiritual guidance and intuition and understanding what your body is trying to tell you. So this is a strong message that if you want help in spirituality, now is the time to turn inwards, that you already have all of the answers. And then in terms of creativity, let's do another reading for creativity. Kate. OKCMomma, whoever you are. So we will do, what does OKCMomma need to hear in terms of spirituality and creativity? What does she need to hear in terms of creativity? So we've got one card and we've got the second card. Oh, Brittany Glover, I skipped over you. I will read for you next. Sorry about that. OKCMomma, the energy that surrounds you in terms of creative guidance is self-belief. Self-belief. And this says, self-belief is the magic key that opens up a better, more inspired future for me. So really, if you are looking for creativity, if you are looking to create new things, you have to first believe in yourself, and a lot of times believing in yourself is very difficult because a lot of people have told us we're not good. We're not good at that thing we're trying to create. You don't have the singing voice for it, or you don't have the body type for it, or, you just don't draw very well. People tell us all of these things, especially when we're children, and we end up becoming adults who internalize these negative beliefs and these criticisms. So this is a message that you must first believe in yourself to unlock that creative potential. And so that can be quite a hurdle. Like I said, it might be time to do a brain dump and to ask yourself a really serious question. This is really serious. Get a blank piece of paper and write at the top in big letters, am I creative? Am I creative? And then what I want you to do is write down all of the reasons why you're not creative and see what comes up. And you can write a whole page. This is why I'm not creative. These are the things that people told me about why I'm not creative. This is why I'm inspirationally stuck right now. Write them all down, and you would be surprised. You would be surprised what comes up. So a brain dump is a really wonderful tool, and I use that a lot in coaching sessions with people. Sometimes you just need to brain dump and get all of that negative energy, negative beliefs out on paper, make them real, and then burn them, get rid of them. And then your clarity card, moving you forward to help you with more guidance in being creative. Yeah, look at this. The power of self-talk. And this says, when my self-talk is kinder, I am empowered in my capacity to purpose and my dreams, and also to believe in myself. So this is a very big message. This goes along with the self-belief that your self-talk is very important, and you should always be checking your self-talk. You should always be checking yourself. Look at your social media posts. Look at your private messages to friends. Look at, if you do journal or diary entries, look at what those look like. And how is your self-talk? A lot of times your social media feed is a reflection of what your self-talk is. So check yourself on social media first, check yourself on private messages, on text, check yourself in emails, and feel what your talk is towards everybody else. And that helps you tune into what your personal talk is. And remember, like I said, a lot of times your self-talk, your criticisms are things that other people told you. So this is a strong, I think, need for shadow work. Like I have said, like all throughout this video today, Comet Chiron goes retrograde until the middle of December. So this means that the wounded healer energy is very present and embodied in our subconscious minds and in our experience right now. Now is the time to stop being wounded and to heal and to get rid of especially past traumas that are blocking you, past negative beliefs that are blocking you. So this is a very strong message that now is the time. Now is the time to get rid of those limiting beliefs. And like I said, brain dumps are that's a good piece of advice or way to move forward. And I hope that those messages were helpful for you, Kate. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And then I didn't see your comment. I'm so sorry. But we're going to go ahead and read for Brittany now. And we'll pull 2 cards. Or maybe I did see it and I just rolled over it. It's hard, yo. There's a lot of comments. Not that I think that's a bad thing. I'm so happy you all are interacting, but okay. So here's what it is. 2 cards jumped out. So those are the cards that you get. And remember what I say about jump out cards. If they jump out, that means they're real serious. This is like, Spirit's like, I'm not playing around now. I am jumping these cards out for you. So let's go ahead and show you what these ones are. The energy that surrounds you is surrendering. Oh, wow. That can be very difficult. So let's see. This card says, I honor the truth and surrender as it opens me to gifts of divine grace. And so this is really interesting. I've had a lot of trouble with the concept of surrendering, probably because one, I'm like one of these super strong women. Like I've got a lot of masculine yang energy. I'm very much movement embodied. And so the idea of surrendering to me feels like passive and it feels like weak. So I have had a lot of trouble in my own self just surrendering. Okay. And so I think that that is one of the things that you have to really look at and think, like, where in life am I putting up a fight where I don't need to be putting up a fight? Where in life am I fighting with myself or with others? And so that's a very good question to ask yourself. Can you surrender? And it doesn't have to be weak. Can surrendering look like strength? And like I said, I've said this also a couple times, but like I'm having some things that are going on in my life right now, and it's rough. Like I'm going through some rough things, and I could choose to be real angry and upset right now. I could choose to be stressed out or whatever else, but I am choosing happy. And to me, that feels like surrendering. I am surrendering to life. I am surrendering to spirit. I am surrendering to the path of least resistance. I am saying, look here, I know things are rough, but I don't have to be rough. I don't have to be upset. I don't have to be angry. That is surrender. And to me, that looks like strength, because my brain patterning tells me that I could get upset, and I've done that many times in the past. But you know what? It feels better to surrender. It feels better to be happy. It feels better to just let it be. And I'll figure it out later. I don't know if you guys watch anime. There's this really funny anime called One Punch Man. And the main character says, I will leave tomorrow's problems to tomorrow's me. And I'm like, this is so funny. It's a hilarious anime, but that's really wise. Leave tomorrow's problems for tomorrow's me. And so the energy that moves you forward, your clarity card, is friendship. Friendship. I am deeply grateful for the gift of friends. My appreciation for them is endless. So this is definitely a strong message that now is the time to reach out to your community, to your friend circles. And so maybe if you're, a lot of people are still concerned about COVID, maybe you could set up an online friend circle where you meet with people over video chat and you feel that fellowship and that friendship that way. But if you are feeling good about hanging out with people, go by all means and find people to hang out with. If you are pagan, I always recommend, in Oklahoma City that is, I always recommend checking out the Labyrinth Temple, because they do full moon circles. They do all kinds of rituals and things like that. But either way, this message to me, Brittany, this says that you are going through a lot right now. It's okay to surrender to happy, even if the outside world, outside circumstances are a little choppy right now. You can still choose to be happy. You can still choose to be okay with life. Even neutral. Even neutral is better than being upset all the time. So choose neutrality, or choose your balance over being angry, because anger very rarely solves anything. I hope that one's helpful. Jordan Robinson said they would like a reading. Anna says, thank you. So kind of you to offer readings and sharing your energy. Thank you so much. Ivy says, I look spiffy. I'll read for you next, Ivy, after these other readings. Karen said they would like a card for the next move in life. I will pull a card for you next, Karen. But we'll go ahead and we'll read for Jordan. And like I said, anybody still following on the stream, if you have not yet gotten a reading, feel free to comment in this thread, and I will read for you. So we're going to go ahead and pull 2 cards for Jordan. We got 1 card already, and here's a second. So Jordan, the energy that surrounds you is the feminine law of attraction. And this says, I love the creative adventure that is my life. I celebrate myself as a female creator. And so this is a really great message that you are a creator in your own experience. And we talked about flux a little bit before in one of the past readings. Sometimes we encounter energies in life that nobody can control, but we can always control ourselves. We can always control our experience. We can always control how we feel or how our energy presents. And while we might need to sometimes sit with deep and heavy emotions to process, we do not need to embody deep and heavy emotions as a personality. So this is a message that you are in a powerful energy right now, powerful cycle of creativity and manifestation. So I would suspect that this is another case of everything you touch turns to gold. And right now, if you embody a manifestation, those things will happen for you very quickly. So this is, to me, this is a good luck card for you. The energy that moves you forward is shine bright. And it says, I shine my light and allow my creative power to burn bright. So Jordan, the way to tap into your manifestation, your creative potential, is to literally be your authentic self. Be so you that nobody else can be you. Be so you that you are so indescribably authentic that it makes people so happy just to be around you. You can tell, right? People are very good diviners of energy. A lot of people say, oh, I'm not intuitive. I don't know anything about energy. But I'll tell you what, you can tell when someone's being fake with you. You can tell when someone's being passive aggressive with you. You can tell because you've got good intuition and energy. People can tell when you're not being your authentic self. And likewise, people can tell when you're being your authentic self. So this is a message, again, very good luck, a lot of manifestation energy, a lot of creation, a lot of potential for you, but you must tap into who you are and authentically, no apologies, be you, be you. I love that. I hope that's helpful. Real quick, we'll read for Karen. She says she would like to know what's the next move. What's the next move for life? Okay, we got one card. Okay, these both just popped out, and I think these popped out in a previous reading. So the energy that surrounds you is self-belief. And this says that there are some limiting beliefs that you have. So you are believing some things about yourself, maybe things that your religion told you, maybe things that your boss told you, maybe things that your parents told you, maybe things that your school teachers told you. You are believing things about yourself that are simply not true. Other people said this because you were an imposition to them, or other people said this because they thought that it would make you quiet, or they thought that it would be easier for them if they said these really horrible, mean things to you. And the truth is that they were hurting themselves, and that's why they said these horrible things to you, and you do not have to internalize these negative beliefs. And so the power to move forward, the next step in your reality, is to change your beliefs and to believe in yourself, to believe that you are worthy to manifest all of these things that you desire, that you are worthy to step forward into a harmonious opportunity for jobs, for partners, for friends. You are able and capable of creating harmony in your existence. And the second card is the power of self-talk. Like I said, we just literally did both of these cards just like this in a previous reading. You're not speaking kindly to yourself. So my advice and suggestion to you would be, speak to yourself like you would a kind and trusted friend, right? Speak to yourself the way you would a kind and trusted friend. If you really love and trust a friend, you will always tell them the truth, even if the truth hurts them a little bit. Even if you're like, I've got to say this thing. I know that it might hurt them a little bit, but I have to say it because I know it'll keep them safe and it'll keep balance in my own soul. So this is a message that you don't have to be mean. You don't have to be critical to yourself, but you can tell yourself the truth. And you should tell yourself kind things. Be always kind to yourself. That's your path forward. And I hope that one's helpful too, Karen. Ivy, you're so sweet. Ivy said they would like a more in-depth reading. Ivy, I don't want to do a reading with the Soulful Woman deck for you. I actually want to pull from the TOLTEC Oracle, and I have them sitting out right now. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then, yes, and then I will read for Kaitlin and Holly, and Callum commented. I'm not sure if I'll read for Callum. It depends. I can't see that question right. But we'll go ahead and we'll read for Ivy right now. And Ivy, I am going to pull the TOLTEC Oracle for you. And so this is a little bit more in depth, but I feel like it's needed. So hopefully, forgive me. Forgive me in advance. So the TOLTEC Oracle is a 5-card reading, and you have a ruling energy, and then it talks about what's going on. Body, mind and work, emotion and relationship, and spirit. So this is your ruling energy. You've got your body. Are you pregnant? Are you going to be pregnant? That can be a sign of pregnancy or fertility. It doesn't have to be pregnancy. It could be like you're in a creative energy as well. It doesn't have to be babies. And that's your mind. And here we got emotion and relationship. And then we've got spirit. Okay. Yeah. So all of these cards right off the bat, to me, they talk about like a need for getting rid of distractions, maybe even for doing shadow work for yourself. But most importantly, for protecting your own balance. So again, you've got this Tezcatlipoca is your ruling energy, and Tezcatlipoca is the smoking mirror. And so in Toltec, kind of like cosmology, there's an idea that all of our life is just like a reflection. It's just like a mirror, and like it's like a hologram, like all of those things. And there's so much distraction in the mirror. Like there's so much social media. There's so much angry people. There's so much crazy stuff going on with politics and government. There's so much going on that it distracts us from what is the true reflection of our inner beings and our inner selves. So when Tezcatlipoca comes up as a ruling energy, it's talking about there's distractions in your life. There are things that are keeping you from your authentic path. And now is the time to either ignore those distractions and move forward, or eliminate those distractions. And so, like I said, this is usually a message for shadow work and self-reflection. Like now is the time to tune in and to really think hard about who you are and who you want to be, more importantly. And the energy of your body, what's going on in your body right now, you got Quetzalcoatl, the lizard. This is an energy of like a lot of protection, Ivy. So this is really super good. No kidding, Ivy. Okay, so that's a little wild. Ivy says she's 37 weeks, so she is pregnant. Yeah, so this is a really good energy for you if you are pregnant, because the lizard is a message of stability, support, guardianship, really. And you can see this card is a midwife blessing a baby that has just been born. See that? Like, that's legit what this card is. So if you ask me, this means like blessings over your pregnancy. I would suspect this means a good birth, a healthy mom, a healthy baby, these kinds of things. So I think this is a really good card, especially for pregnancy. But if you're looking at like other things in the body, this also means like a lot of creative potential. So if you're looking to, kind of heal some things or to move forward with other people, you've got the creative potential to really change things in your life right now. So that's awesome, Ivy. That's really cool. In terms of what's going on in your mind, you've got a Counsel read in your mind. And so this is the card of strength and flexibility. And so a Counsel is saying that you have some rigid ideas about life. You have some rigid ideas about spirituality. You have some rigid ideas probably about family, about what a family should be, what a family should do. And those rigid beliefs are actually holding you back from progressing. And so a lot of people think strength is like brute force, like I'm just going to punch stuff and that's really strong. I can tell you, I'm a body worker, by the way. So like, that's my like real job, is I like do like manual therapy and things on people's bodies. When I see those real buff dudes that like lift weights and they're like, I'm so strong, I can bench press 300 pounds. Like, they're not flexible at all. I make them cry when I stretch them. So I can tell you that being strong is more than being able to punch stuff and being really hard and being really angry and having all these defenses. That's not strength. That's actually weakness. Strength is flexibility. Have you ever tried to do yoga, like yoga flow, like vinyasa, like all of these weird poses and stuff? They're so flexible and it looks super easy until you do it yourself and you realize, wow, this flexibility actually takes a lot of strength. So this is talking about flexibility in your mind. You are too rigid. So you should be what you should be doing to move forward, maybe shadow work, self-reflection. You should look at areas of your life where you feel stuck. You're like, I feel like things have to be this way. And so the message here is things don't have to be one way. There's always a gray area and there's always room to be more pliable and to expand on that. And the energy of your emotions is Ottel water. So Ottel, a lot of times water is this message that you need some sort of ritual. You need ritual. You need healing, okay? And so the message here, Ivy, is that you have not made the connection between the things you've experienced, especially with family, especially in your emotions, especially in your relationships. You have not made the connection between the things that they have done to you and the things that you've experienced and how that's actually affected yourself as a spiritual being. And so this is a warning, almost like a flash, a sign. Like, now is the time to increase your connection and your awareness to your spiritual side and also to your mind and to your emotions. A lot of us compartmentalize our emotions and we think, I'm over it now, or I'm just not going to talk to them. And really, we internalize those things and it almost rots us. It's like dirty, moldy water or a rotten piece of wood. And if we don't cut off that rot and replace it with good stability, then we're going to continue to fester, essentially. So this is a message that you need some cleansing, not because you are dirty. You need cleansing because you haven't realized that those things that you've experienced have created emotional wounds. They've created spiritual wounds. And right now your energy is wounded. And so you are displaying that wound to everybody that you interact with, especially your family. And so what I would strongly suggest is, if you can get to a water source, a spring, Sulphur's got really great springs. You can go to a spring, you can go to a river, your bathtub even works, but sit and connect with the water, sit and connect with the spirit of the water, do whatever you need to feel that connection, light some candles, put some herbs in it, and ask for the water to cleanse and purify your emotional energies and recognize that the things that have happened to you, Doesn't matter if you're tough, doesn't matter if you're strong. They've deeply wounded you. And you are a human, so you are allowed to feel that wound. You are allowed to feel that upsetness. You're allowed to feel depressed or angry or sad. You're allowed to feel whatever you feel, honestly. You're allowed to feel hurt, betrayed, all of those things. And you have to feel those things and sit with them and ask them what they need. And when you can sit with your emotions, that's how you move forward. Otherwise, you just hold on to them for the rest of your life. Like, you got all these suitcases of like baggage of like stuff that you don't need anymore. And I always tell people, what do you do if you've got a bunch of baggage that you don't want? Just don't pick it up at the baggage claim. Like, just set it down. You don't need it anymore. So this talks about a need for ritual, especially in your emotions. And if you have, questions, you need better clarity on ritual and things like that, you can private message me on Facebook, and I would be more than happy to help you. We can set up a time to talk even on the phone or something. But the last card that I want to show you, Ivy, Ivy says, that's why I'm trying to move, because I'm trying to heal. Yeah, no, Ivy, I think that's really wonderful. And I think that's amicable. I think also if you are pregnant, it's a very good time to heal. Postpartum is also a very good time to heal. When you're recovering after having your baby, these are really good, important moments in our lives. And you should heal. I feel like we should all heal all the time. But if you are a parent, you should definitely heal, and you should continue to heal for the rest of your life, because your healing also affects your child. So as you heal yourself, you heal your child. Your child who is not even here yet is being healed just by you being intentional of these wounds, intentional of these things that you are working on in yourself. So your intention, your power is very important. And then moving forward, the Kiawitl rain is what's going on in your spirit. And so this is also like a very good card for you. To me, this means that spirit is literally standing over you and just sending you nurture energy, sending you like gratitude, sending you love, sending you affection. Kiawitl talks about like how rain nurtures and makes everything grow. So right now you are also growing in your spirituality. You are growing in your connection to yourself. You are growing in your connection to spirit. And so all of this means that you have a very good connection to the divine. So if you are working to heal, if you are working to do those rituals, if you are working to bring awareness and clarity to yourself, now is the time for that. You have all of this protection energy around you. You have all of this guidance energy around you. You have all of this nurturing energy around you. To give a little bit more clarity, perhaps about especially family, because I know you asked about that. Otto Water talks about connection, and it also talks about being kind to yourself. And I made a post tonight on my personal Facebook, and I also made a post on my public figure page or whatever specifically about family. And sometimes when you're healing things with family, it can feel very difficult. It can feel very hard. It can feel like you're opening up old wounds and you're just bleeding all over the place. And it can feel a little bit scary and vulnerable as well. So if you have a lot of unstable emotional energy, especially surrounding family, it's time to have some hard conversations with them. And it's time to really be honest with them. If you feel like they always treat you a certain way, or they just don't respect you, or whatever it is you feel like, you should tell them that, and if they don't receive it well, it's okay to put distance between you and them. You don't have to be very close to people. You don't have to talk to them all the time. If they hear you, if you tell them, look, I am hurt because of this, and they say, wow, I'm so sorry about that, then now is the time to start healing. Now is the time to start moving forward. So what you do with your family, it depends on how they respond. Are they receptive? Are they wanting to heal? Are they wanting to work with you and to have a good relationship with you and to have a good relationship with your child? Or are they wanting to put a wedge in between you and their energy? I can't answer that for them, and I can't answer that for you. You know how best to protect your balance. You know how best to move forward in your life. I know that you do, and I know you are strong and powerful. All of these cards talk about spiritual connection, especially divine connection, spiritual counsel. So these are very good indication to me that you have so much spiritual connection. And like I said, I would be more than happy to reach out and to do a Zoom call or a phone call. So feel free to message me on Facebook and we can set it up. That's totally fine. I would love to talk to you more if you are interested in more healing and rituals. I can show you how to do them yourself even. So I hope that that's helpful, Ivy. Thank you so much. So let's scroll up a minute. April said that was helpful. I'm so glad that was helpful. Molly said she would love a reading. And then Kaitlin said she would also love a reading. Kaitlin, why? Okay, very good. There is a spammer also admin on YouTube, or no, not YouTube, Facebook. We'll go ahead and we'll read for Molly tonight. Molly and then Kaitlin. So we got one. And Karen, I did read for you a little bit earlier. So Molly, the energy that surrounds you, that embodies you right now, is embracing change. And this card says, with every loss, I understand that something new is about to be birthed beyond what I can even imagine right now. So this is really, really good, really important to understand. You go through loss in your life. We all do. We go through grieving in our life. We go through these experiences in our life where things get heavy, where we lose people, we lose relationships, we lose jobs, we lose opportunities, we lose things. It's just the nature of life. This is what happens. But every time you lose something, you make space for something else. It might be hard to process that loss, but it changes you. Every loss changes you. And I feel like this is especially important and imperative to understand if you embody the energy of a woman in our society. Women's lives are grief. They are grief. And you cannot convince me otherwise. It is grief because we are socialized to be caretakers. We are socialized to have children. We are socialized to take care of our spouses. We are socialized to take care of our community and our workspaces. And because we live in an unequal, imbalanced society, we care so much and nobody cares for us in return. So it feels like grief. It feels like grief. So what I can say to you, Molly, tonight is process that grief. Sit with that grief. And it's okay to feel that. It's okay to feel that loss. It's okay to feel that sadness. It's okay to feel that grief. It's okay. And understand that as you process, as you move forward, you are becoming a different person, a person you can't imagine right now. You can't imagine it right now through the pain. You can't imagine it right now through the loss, but you're becoming different and you are inviting new experience and opportunity to your experience, to your life. And it might feel like a consolation prize right now, especially if you're going through a lot of loss and grief. It can be really hard. But still, the message here is better things are on the way. And that's something my grandmother always used to say that when I was younger. Better days are coming. Better days are coming. So that is the wisdom for you. And then the clarity card, the energy that moves you forward, is fearless self-love. Fearless self-love. And this says, whenever I choose to love myself, on no matter the circumstances surrounding me, I am practicing fearlessness. So self-love, radical self-love, self-forgiveness is an act, a radical act of fearlessness, of courageousness, of embodied strength. So every time you decide to choose you, to choose your balance, to choose your boundaries, to choose your love, you are embodying courageous strength. Courageous strength. And so this is, I feel like these messages, they go well together as well. So you are embracing change. You're understanding that things change and that sometimes you lose things in your life, but you are choosing yourself. You are choosing your love. And that love of yourself moves you forward and inspires you. Molly says, huge changes are happening right now, so I resonate. Oh, I hope that is very helpful. And Teresa commented on YouTube. I will get to you very soon. And let's go ahead and we will read for Kaitlin now. And then we will read for Holly, Dolly, Polly. Callum asked a silly question on YouTube. I'm not going to expend my energy, sir. That's not kind. But we'll go ahead and we will read for Kaitlin now. We got one card for Kaitlin. And here's another card for Kaitlin. So Kaitlin, the energy that surrounds you is love-based reality. Love-based reality. So another word for love-based reality is heart-centered reality. Heart-centered reality. And this says, I am soul nurtured when I surround myself with friends and family who support a love-based reality. So this is very important. I think that this is what we all want, right? We all want to experience love and compassion and support. And sometimes it feels difficult in a world so disconnected like ours to feel that love, to feel that connection. Sometimes it feels like we are surrounded by news, by coworkers, by friends, by family who are anything but love-based. They are oftentimes fear-based. They are oftentimes sad. They are oftentimes disconnected, but it is rare to find people who are love-based. So you need to surround yourself right now with love-based reality, love-based thinking, heart-centered creators, and people who share a love of life, a love of reality, and a love of existence with you. This is about being fearless, unapologetic, and loving yourself. And I just want to say that this is my twinsy. Do you see the resemblance? So surround yourself with people who love you and people who believe in a heart-centered reality. We can never have world peace until there are enough people who believe in peace. That is how we change systems. That's how we change governments. That's how we change the world. We gather with people who have like-minded beliefs and we change things. If there are enough people that believe in a heart-centered reality, we can have world peace and we can change things. So are you going to be a part of the change, or are you going to be a part of the fear-based reality? And so the clarity card, the message that moves you forward is inner wellspring. I have an inner wellspring of love that luxuriously overflows with abundance. And so this talks about having everything you need inside of you. You have all of the love, all of the creative potential, all of the intuition, all of the spiritual nurturing. You have everything you need already inside of you. So while you are working to find your love-based supportive community, that heart-centered reality pushes forward and it emulates healing. It brings healing and creative potential throughout all of your world and throughout all of your existence. So this card tells me that you are enough. You are enough. Everything you have is enough. Your thoughts are enough. Your existence is enough. You are enough. And don't let other people tell you that you are not enough or that you are doing the wrong things. Now is the time to listen to your intuition and to tap into that inner wellspring of goodness. And I hope that that one's helpful too, Kaitlin. We will read for Holly, Dolly, Polly. Jordan, I did read for you, and if you didn't catch the reading, I will tag and chapter these readings, and you can check in a couple hours, and you can go through and find your reading. Oh, Brittany said she's super pissed right now, and that her reading was really good advice. I'm glad it was helpful, because I feel like when people tell me that when I'm mad, it doesn't feel like good advice to me. I'm like, shush, I already know everything. I don't want to talk to you. But, but let's go ahead and we'll read for Holly, Dolly, Polly. And then MissMedia would like a reading. We can read for MissMedia. And then I have to scroll down a little bit more. If you commented, I will read for you. If you're new to the stream, if you're just tuning in, feel free to comment and I'll get you a reading as well. But read for Holly, Dolly, Polly, and then MissMedia. So, okay, Holly, we've got one card for you. We'll shuffle. Hang on. One more card. Oh, you got my twinsy card, see? Exciting. Okay, so Holly, the energy that surrounds you is creative cocooning. Creative cocooning is a freedom I give myself. I create a safe nest for peace, healing, and calm. So this really talks about needing your space and respecting your own space. So the message here is it's okay to tune inward. It's okay to stay off social media. It's okay to not return the calls. It's okay to be a little, antisocial, if you will, especially if you're in the process of healing and being creative and giving birth to new things, giving birth to new ideas, and inviting new experiences and ideas into your life. Sometimes it can feel really good, depending on your person, your energy. It can feel really super good to seek outside support, like a support system, family, friends, community. Depending on yourself, your spiritual alignment, your personality, it can feel really good to cocoon. So my message to you is don't feel sad or guilty for cocooning yourself away, for being a little bit secluded. it's okay right now to be a little secluded. It's okay to take your own space and to take your own time. The message that moves you forward is love-based reality, which again speaks about surrounding yourself with people who believe in a heart-centered existence. So if you are working to heal your own things, if you're working to create, a new you, a different version of you, or you're just working in general, you're just doing new things, healing yourself, unlocking potential, finding new opportunities. Sometimes it's good to keep it on the down low and to be by yourself. But when you're ready to move forward, make sure you move forward with the people who are going to support you, with the people who care about you, who love with you, who hold the same beliefs and ideals as you. And I hope that one is helpful as well, Holly. Thank you. And we'll read for MissMedia. And then TheresaMarie. Oh, MissMedia says the deck is so pretty, for sure. Callum, somebody go on YouTube and block Callum. They're just being jerks. But MissMedia, I will read for you. And OKCMomma says the readings are always spot on. Thank you so much. They're only spot on if you ask real questions. So that's Callum's bad. So we're going to go ahead and pull a card for MissMedia. We got one card. And here's a second card. All right, MissMedia. The energy that surrounds you is appreciation. You have the energy of appreciation surrounding you. That is beautiful. So this card says, appreciating the good that exists in my here and now expands my awareness to all of the good things that are thriving out there in the universe. So in other words, like I said before earlier, I really do believe in the law of attraction, and appreciation and gratitude is so important if you are changing your attraction. Like, that is very important to you. And so as much as you can be grateful for the experiences that you're having now, more of that will be returned to you. And so this is especially important if you're going through some hard times. Like if you're going through some difficult emotions, or you're just, I don't know, you've been through a lot with people. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling tired. I'm feeling drained. I'm feeling burnt out. I'm feeling like maybe I don't know what the next step is. Appreciation and gratitude can help you kind of get out of that funk sometimes. And I talked to somebody who was really awesome. They did a color-coded journal. And in this journal, it was almost like a temperature, right? So they had colors ranging from blue all the way to red. And they would mark their feelings and their sadness and their happiness and their gratitude in this journal. And so they would go through every day. And if they were having a good day, they would mark it red or orange. And if they were having a sad day, they would mark it blue. And they would always write down 3 things that they were grateful of that day. And so as they move forward in their journey of healing and just being alive, when they were going through really hard days, blue days, they would go back and look at their previous gratitude entries. And they would say, I have had way more good days than I have had hard and heavy days. And so it's very important to understand that we're all human here, and we all do go through hard and heavy times, but that message of appreciation and gratitude is so important, and it helps you. Like I said, if you're in a funk, it helps you. If you're not in a funk and you're like, yes, I'm ready to invite the world, it's still helpful. It helps with your attraction, it helps with your vibration, and it helps to move you forward. The energy that guides you forward, your clarity, is the flow of partnership. And it says, the ebb and flow of relationship takes me where I need to be next on my path. And so this is a really good message about harmonious partnerships. And this could be talking about, friends in your life. This could be talking about family relationships, or it really could be like a partner, like a lover or a spouse or something like this. And this is an understanding that that things do ebb and flow, even with our partners, even with long-term partners or life partners. Things aren't always easy. And sometimes we experience that flow, and sometimes we experience times where it just doesn't feel very congruent. It just doesn't feel like things are working for us. And so always the message to move forward in a harmonious partnership is to show that gratitude and that appreciation to that other person. And I feel like we don't do that enough. I have been married now. This year in December, it will be 11 years. And I am so happy and so thankful for my spouse. He is wonderful. But sometimes we don't love each other and express gratitude the way that we should. We always are just together. We always just work well. We always just do things for each other. And so sometimes me especially, I forget to say thank you. And so even those small areas of gratitude are so monumental, especially in a long-term relationship. If your spouse wakes up every morning and makes you coffee, you should thank them for it. Instead of just taking that coffee, or instead of, that one day where they don't make the coffee because something happened with them and they got busy and you get mad at them because they didn't make you the coffee or something. Don't do that. Just thank them for everything that they do. Thank them for every way that they show up, and be more intuitive and intentional about thanking them and about expressing that gratitude, because again, that helps to get things flowing and get things started again if you feel like you're going through kind of a rough patch in relationships. So I hope that one's helpful. Oh, I have to scroll all the way up. You guys are so wonderful. Okay, TheresaMarie, we are going to read for you. Oh, Kaitlin said that the reading made her feel loved. That's wonderful. Oh, we're going to go ahead and read for TheresaMarie. And then, oh, Miss Me says, damn, and that's amazing. And thank you so much. Yeah, you're so welcome. That's wonderful. Ivy asked if I could do a reading for her husband. Somebody else, Ashley A, asked for a reading for her husband. I will read for Ashley A's husband and then Ivy's husband. Let me read for TheresaMarie first, and then we will read for the husbands. So hang on one second now. I'm going to shuffle these cards for you, Theresa, and we'll get a nice, we'll do a general reading for you, kind of a general energy, and see what these cards have to say. All right, we got one. So many of these women in these cards have bird's nest on their heads, and that shows like creative potential and fertility and abundance. And I think it's such a cool way to depict people. So Theresa, here are your cards. So the energy that surrounds you is service as co-creation. And it says, my service, no matter how great or small, is a conscious act of co-creation with the world. Wow. Theresa, this speaks about harmoniously serving other people. So it makes me wonder like what your job is. It makes me wonder if you're in like healthcare or in some kind of service to other people. And so that's really neat. This just speaks in affirmation of your ability to heal other people, of your ability to show up for other people and to nurture them. And this is an understanding that as you nurture other people, you are nurturing yourself, and you are being the change in the world that we all want to see, right? So many of us get depressed, get sad, get lonely because we feel like the world is so different than us. We feel like the world is a harsh place, is sad, is depressing, is violent. And we get caught up in that depression energy and that violent energy and that sadness. A lot of the times, especially people who are empaths or who are more spiritual inclined. And so this is a message that every time that you are kind to others, every time you use your presence, your abilities to nurture and to heal and to be with people, you are literally being the change in the world that we all want to see. We all want to see a more peaceful reality. We all want to see a reality where we are kind to each other and where we work together to bring about change in consciousness. So this is a message, I think, Theresa, that you are on the right path and that you are consistently showing up for other people. And the energy that moves you forward, your clarity in your life right now is uniquely myself. I trust that who I am is perfect for my, oh, I can't read it. Hang on. Oh, unique. Who I am is perfect for my unique journey and my soul path. And so the message here for your clarity is, like I said, Theresa, I feel like this reading should be a good message for you of confirmation and validation that you are on the right path, you are doing the right things, and you are wonderful in moving forward. If you are doing some sort of project or business venture, I want to take this time to remind you that nobody in this world is your competition. Nobody. You are so awesome. You are the best. You are strong. You are creative. You are nurturing, and nobody is quite like you. You are different than everybody else out there. And so no matter what, nobody is your competition. Not because you're better than them, not because you're worse than them, but because you are so uniquely, so fiercely, so authentically you that nobody can be in competition with you. And so the message here is, again, you're on the right path. You're creative. You're a nurturer, and you have lots of good energy that's surrounding you right now. I hope that one's helpful, Theresa. Cup of tea. with cookies and sugar and mochi. That's so cute. I love your screening. So I'm going to read for some husbands. I'm going to read for Anna's husband, and then I'm going to read for Ivy's husband, and then I will read for Cup of Tea because, oh my gosh, that's cute. So let's go ahead and let's see. I got to take that highlight off. Okay, we're going to read for Anna's husband right now. I'm going to pull some cards for him. And then I will read for Ivy's husband. And then anybody else who is watching the stream, if you would like a reading, feel free to comment on the stream and I will read for you. Also, I really appreciate likes and all that good stuff. It's wonderful. So for Anna's husband, we've got the energy that surrounds him as the soul's journey. So it looks like, goodness, it looks like Anna's husband's really going through some stuff. So it says, living from soul opens me to the magic that exists when I surrender to the divine manifestation on its own terms and timing. So this really does talk about surrender. It talks about spiritual awakening. So Anna's husband, I would expect that they are maybe you guys are going on an awakening journey yourselves together as partners. And so my message to you is be very kind and gentle with each other, and especially Anna's husband. I don't have his name, but the message here is be gentle with yourself while you go through awakening, and understand that this is just a part of the journey, and that it does end. Your clarity card, the path that moves you forward, is time of fallow, which is all about honoring those parts in your journey that are less than fun. Sometimes we go through loss, and sometimes we go through hurts, and we go through depression. We go through, times in our life where we experience all of our wounds all over again. And it's like so heavy, such a heavy time period. This is a message that now is the time to feel what you feel, that this is a part of your spiritual awakening, your journey. And I strongly feel like this is like dark night of the soul energy, honestly. Like this is really deep, heavy stuff. So I feel like the best way to nurture yourself, if you're really going through it, is to make time for creativity. Make time for yourself. I know that there are a lot of pressures associated with having a job and taking care of people, and all of just being alive today in our modern world. There's a lot of pressures. So make sure you are taking that time to honor yourself and to be creative, because that is how you can really open up and unfold your soul, and really open up and unfold your potential and your life path and your authenticity. And I hope that's helpful for Anna's husband. We're going to go ahead and pull a couple cards for Ivy's husband, and then we will pull for Cup of Tea. Oh, I can't wait to highlight your comment. That's super cute. But we'll read for Ivy's husband. We've got one card for him. And there's a second card for him. Oh, geez. Ivy. Anna says that the husband says thank you. Yeah, you're very welcome. But Ivy, is your husband caught up in the energy with your family where like stuff is unstable and he's just like dealing with it and he's being a saint basically? That's what the cards are telling me. The energy that surrounds Ivy's husband is appreciation and gratitude. And so remember, appreciation is good medicine for us no matter what. If we are going through rough patches in life and we are appreciative, if we have gratitude for all of the good things in our life, for all of the sweetness in our life, it's much easier to bear those difficult times. But if we are looking to bring in new opportunities, bring in new energies, it's also very good to have gratitude. And so this might be a message to Ivy's husband to pick up a gratitude practice. So I mentioned in a couple readings before, maybe doing a gratitude journal, or just like every night before you go to sleep, name 3 things that you are grateful for. And that is really helpful in changing your mindset and starting to rewire your brain. This is why I asked about the family thing, Ivy. The energy that moves him forward, the clarity card for Ivy's husband is divine patience. My soul brings forth the right conditions and opportunities for me. The best answer and solutions are delivered. The best answers and solutions are delivered at the best time. I'm sorry, the cards are upside down. So this is a message that your timing is not necessarily the timing of the universe. This is a message that sometimes things don't work out when you want them to. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer for things to work out. So the message here for Ivy's husband moving forward for clarity is to be patient. Sometimes the nature of life unfolds and we are waiting for the cooperative components to move and to basically for us to collect the cooperative components to come forward into a better manifestation. And so what I mean by that is you don't want to manifest any situation. You don't want to manifest any job. You don't want to manifest any new car. You don't want to manifest any house. You want to manifest the perfect situation for you. So instead of thinking about, I just want a new job, I just want this, think about, I want a job with really great coworkers. I want an office with a view. I want a pay raise. Think about all the things you want and think about all those cooperative components as they are rising to meet you, because you can get any job, any car, any house, but it might not be the best fit for you. So this is a strong indication to me, very strong message of divine timing and trusting that things are unfolding the way that they need to, even if it's taking a little bit of time. And so I hope that's helpful. But Ivy says he doesn't have patience. Yeah, it might be a soul lesson. Amy says, hi, hello. I'm going to go ahead and read for Cup of Tea. And then Bree commented and said they would like a reading. So I'll read for Cup of Tea. Then I will read for Bree. And then, and Jana says, hi. If you guys would like readings, people who are joining the stream, feel free to comment and ask me for a reading or ask a question, and I would be more than happy to read for you and get you some clarity. But we're going to shuffle right now, and we're going to read for Cup of Tea. See, this is one of the best screen names I've heard. When I first started streaming, somebody called Mr. Krabs used to comment, and that was pretty good too. Jana, for sure. I'll read for Bree, and then I'll read for Jana. And Ivy says, thank you. Yes, you're very welcome, Ivy. I hope it's helpful. So we got one card for Cup of Tea, and then, general reading for August. Very good. And then second card. Okay, so the energy that surrounds you for August is in my flow, or in the flow. So if you're asking, like, what's going on with August? What am I going to do? What kind of powers or lessons am I going to unlock? You got in the flow. So what this says to me is that you will have very good connection to your inner self, to your guidance, to your higher self, and you will have an easier time manifesting things. So I would expect this to look like obstacles being removed from your path and things feeling easier and in the flow for you for August. Your guidance, your clarity moving forward throughout the month of August, this would be power of my voice. And you got, I speak my truth and express my feelings to others with care and compassion. So remember, this is a message for August for you to use your voice and to speak up, to be honest with yourself, to be honest with others, to be honest with yourself about your needs, to be honest with your community about the things that you need, to be honest when communicating your boundaries. Be honest. That unlocks your flow, that unlocks your creative potential, that unlocks the energy that moves you forward, and that helps you with manifestation and with the entire month of August. So this is a really good message that August will be a flow month. This will be very good. You will have a lot of flow, a lot of good energy, but you must be truthful. You must be truthful to yourself. That is the most important thing that you should know about August moving forward. And I hope that that one's helpful. We're going to go ahead and read for Bree, then Jana, then Artsy, then Amy. Okay, we got Bree. Anybody else who's still watching the stream, do the thumbs up thing, do the subscribe thing, but also comment if you would like a reading. I would love to get a reading for you. So we got Bree. Hang on, Bree. We're going to shuffle. Okay, we got one card. Okay. And second card. Very good. So Bree, the energy that surrounds you is inner guidance system. Inner guidance system. And this card says, the best answer always comes from the calm, radiant place within me. Wait for these and they will show you joy. And so this is a really strong message that, Bree, you've got the answers here. You know how to tune in. You know how to do meditation. You know how to find the correct answer within yourself. All you need to do is listen to that inner self, inner voice, inner guidance system. A lot of times your emotions can be linked to your inner guidance system. Your emotions aren't always good tellers. Sometimes your emotions lie, or they make you overreact, or your emotions are linked to your trauma. So understand that your emotions and your inner guidance are closely related, but not always 100%. Like I said, sometimes emotions cause you to overreact. But regardless of the fact, your inner guidance system is very strong, and you have a very strong wisdom and knowing. So if you know things to be true, if you are moving forward and making good decisions for yourself, and other people are telling you you shouldn't do that, that's a bad decision, I don't like what you're doing, the message here is that those people are coming from a critical voice and not from a calm voice. So you listen to the calm voice inside of yourself and move forward in perfect authenticity with who you are. The clarity card, what moves you forward, Bree, is again the power of my voice, which is all about speaking your truth kindly and with compassion. So the message here is, yes, you know what's up. Yes, you know what's best for you. And no, what other people say does not matter. You have the power to speak up for yourself. You have the power to advocate for yourself. And you have the power to tell people how you're feeling and how things make you feel. And that's how you step into your power right now in this moment. So if you have been feeling maybe a little disrespected, like people are talking over you or just downright not listening to you, or just, like I said, being very critical of your plans and your ideals and your beliefs, that's okay. They're allowed to do that, but you're also allowed to step up for yourself and to say, I don't like when you say things like that. That makes me feel really uncomfortable. I'm actually really happy right now. Thank you. All of those things are fine. And you can say that and you can express yourself. And again, you don't have to be mean. You don't have to be angry. You don't have to cut them off or do anything drastic. You can be kind and compassionate, but also firm and assertive. Those things are possible. So I hope that that one's helpful, Bree. Okay, we will read for Artsy. And then we will read for Amy. Cup of Tea says thank you. Perfect. And then somebody else commented, I will read for you as well. Just give me a couple minutes and I will read for everybody else in front of you. So we got Artsy, and we're going to shuffle, 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 and pull a couple cards. So we got one card. Ooh, Artsy. This card looks artsy. This is cool. I really like this deck too, though. So the energy that surrounds you, Artsy, is Princess Charming. Princess Charming. And so the energy of Princess Charming is, I take the horse by its reins and become my own Princess Charming by taking charge of my own needs. So my mom, usually not in the best voice, she was usually frustrated and sad growing up, but like she used to say things like, you know what, if you want to get things done, then you got to do them yourself. And so this card talks about putting your big girl panties on, embodying that hardcore mom energy, and just doing it yourself. Sometimes it can be good to reach out for help, but if you are waiting for somebody to show you the way, if you're waiting for somebody else to help you, a lot of times it's just easier to go do it yourself, especially if you know what you're doing. There is a very interesting concept that I learned from a lot of my Norse pagan friends, that some battles are only meant for you to fight. You are meant to get through things on your own sometimes because it's a test of your own strength. It's a test of your abilities, your intuition, your awareness. So you are going through things right now and you are going to grab the horse by its reins, put the big girl panties on, lace up the real tall, pretty boots, and get going with yourself and help yourself be bad and accomplish your goals. The energy that moves you forward, your clarity, is the feminine law of attraction. I love the creative adventure that is my life, and I celebrate myself as a creator. This is a message that you are a creator. You are very aware of this, I know. And so it's just a message really of stepping into your power. I feel like both of these messages are, but this I think directly speaks about like manifestation and the things that you desire and the things you're working to create and build right now in this moment. And so in this moment, you're working to create and build, and you can embody all that you need to embody to get that shit done. You don't need anybody else. You don't need no man. You don't need no partner. You don't need nothing right now. You can move forward and do this on your own. And it might be a little bit difficult. It might be a little bit hard. It might strain you and cause you to innovate and to think about things a little bit differently. But the message at its base is, you've got this. You have got this. And I hope that that one's helpful. So we'll scroll down. Amy says, could I get a reading before you go? I'm supposed to be moving soon and I'm turning 30 in August. Oh, within weeks of my husband, he's also moving and turning 30, I think. So Amy, you've got a lot of change and movement going on in your life. I think that that's wonderful. We'll do a general reading. We'll do a general reading for August. We'll talk about what energy surrounds August and some advice for moving you forward. So we got one card. Oh, this is perfect for you. This is so perfect, Amy. If I spread these cards out and looked at the pictures and tried to pick one that's perfect for this situation, I could not pick a better card. So the energy that surrounds you is embrace change, embracing this change. And so it says, with every loss, I understand that something new is about to be birthed beyond what I can imagine now. And so embracing change is all about, grieving the loss of things that you are losing. You are losing your 20s. You are turning 30. You are losing your house. You are moving somewhere else. You are losing your community and your friend circle. You might be losing your job and finding another job. So you are losing a lot right now. You are also gaining a lot, but you are losing a lot. So this is time to grieve that loss, to understand and to be intentional with yourself that you're losing things right now, and that can feel painful. So while you might have a bunch of happiness and a bunch of excitement about this upcoming move, it's important to understand that you can embrace that sadness, or really what I'm trying to say is embrace the fact that this is a little bit bittersweet on you, that there are very good things that come with moving and changing, and there are some things that are more bittersweet, like I'm glad to go, but I'm sad to say goodbye to this. And it's okay to embody all of these different energies and emotions around this change that you're happening in your life. Now, this is very interesting. You got dream seeds for the clarity card, the energy that moves you forward. And it says, I nurture my dream seeds with love and appreciation and allow them to unfold in their own time. So this really, it makes me feel like this move is good for you. It makes me feel like you're in a good place in terms of moving and getting older, and maybe even making, moves or different energy waves with your fiance, with your partner. And so this talks about, though, achieving your dreams and not getting sidetracked. I have to wonder if you are moving to realize some dreams, if this change in circumstance, if this change in who you are and what you're doing is part of a dream that you are realizing. If it is, then this is a wonderful, oracle, basically, to tell you that you are doing the right thing. If it's not, this is just a reminder that you have dreams and you're allowed to follow these dreams. You're allowed to listen to yourself and to embody those dreams. And so I hope that that's helpful, and that gives you a little clarity. But we're going to go ahead and we will read for Jana now. And Jana says, I would like to know where me and my spouse stand and what the future might hold for us. What the future might hold for us. Let's go ahead and I'm going to shuffle Jana. Are you Jana or Jana? I wonder. I'm going to say Jana. It looks like a Jana. Okay, so Jana, we've got one card and two cards. That's interesting. This is very interesting. So the energy that surrounds you is in the flow. So in terms of what's going on with your spouse and what the future might hold, it looks like you're in the flow right now. So this could denote that that energy is going okay. And if you feel like energy is not going okay, it's turning out the way that it needs to right now in this moment. Things are turning out the way that they need to. Amy says, thank you. You're very welcome. But Jana, the energy card, the clarity that moves you forward is self-belief. So this is talking about, it's a self-belief is the magic key that opens up a better, more inspired future for me. And so I strongly feel like if you're trying to make changes right now, if you want things to be a little bit different, you have to believe that that is possible. Like, you have to believe that things can change. You have to believe that things can get better. You have to believe that things can be different. If you don't believe that things can be different, they never can be different. And so if you're looking to, manifest change in your relationship, you have to believe that that change is possible. Like, that is how we create change in this world. You have to believe it's possible first. If you're with somebody and you're like, no, I don't think they're capable of change, you can't even begin to work on change. You can't even begin to work on anything at all. You have to believe change is capable first. And so whether you are working to change yourself, to change your situation or to work on changing your partnership. You have to have that belief that you can do that in order to move forward. And I hope that that's a little helpful. Oh my goodness. Artsy says, spot on as always. Thank you. This is really cool. So Sagar comments and he says, or they say, hi, lots of love for your kind heart from India. Namaste. And my question is, when will I get my love back? I am Sagar and she is Shivani. Does she still love me? Oh my goodness. Yes, Artsy, I will read for your sister next. But that's so cool. Thank you for watching all the way from India. That is super neat. I don't feel like this deck is the best for that question. So I'm going to switch over to my animal deck really quick. And we'll ask a couple questions or pull a couple cards about this, Sagar, about this relationship, this energy. Okay, so we got one card and we got a second card. Yeah. So the energy that surrounds this kind of like relationship right now is the eagle. So the eagle reminds us that basically like, here's your sign. So what I feel like this means is that your sign is here and that she is probably not coming back, that now is the time to kind of to move forward and to maybe start to heal yourself and to do things yourself that are very fun and that make you feel like yourself, that make you feel happy, that make you feel important, that make you feel loved. But I don't feel like at this time that this person is in your energy field or in your possibilities for coming back. And the energy that moves you forward is the owl. And this is a symbol of the underworld. It means change in your life. So Sagar, you are getting rid of some old things in your life so that you can move forward and invite even better new things into your experience. So what I would expect is that this relationship that you had in the past was a really good, like strong relationship. You felt a lot of emotional connection, a lot of emotional energy, and you really loved that relationship and that connection that you felt with that person. And unfortunately, they have moved on. They're doing something different. And so you have learned so much about that relationship, though. You've learned so much about love from that experience. You know how you want to be treated. You know how to treat somebody else. And you have this wisdom, this unparalleled wisdom, this new wisdom and manifestation that you are moving forward into the future with. So you can embody this change and welcome in a partner who is better suited for you, energetically speaking. And I hope that that one is helpful. I'm sorry, that's definitely not the reading I wanted to give, but it's the reading that I offered. I hope that that's helpful, Sagar. And we'll scroll down just a little bit. Jana says, thank you. Sagar says, thanks. You're welcome. I'm sorry. Artsy says their sister, Jennifer, is here for her health. Absolutely. Yes, you're very welcome, Sagar. Anybody else who is watching this feed, if you have a question, feel free to comment it, or if you would like a general reading, just comment and let me know that you'd like a reading and I'll get one for you. But we're going to go ahead and do, I'm not going to read from the Soulful Woman. I'm going to actually pull another animal deck for Jennifer for her health. We got one card. Okay, and we got the second card. So this is interesting. I wonder if there's something going on in terms of like reproductive health, like if there's something wrong, like I don't want to say wrong, but like if there's something going on in terms of like reproduction. So I would say like cysts in the ovaries, things like that. You did get, for the energy that surrounds you, Jennifer, you got the goddess of sex, TOLTEC. And so she can be like the energy of like fertility, of childbirth, of things like that. So if she is showing up in your experience, I would say now is the time to be more nurturing and more honoring, especially of everything that embodies you as a female. So be kind to yourself, especially in terms of your femininity, in terms of your uterus, your ovaries, your breasts even. If you are concerned about your health, maybe go see a gynecologist. This would be a great, the only card that I would say this for is probably TOLTEC. But she's also the goddess of confession and the goddess of almost of like honesty. So TOLTEC asks you to be really honest about yourself. So if you are like concerned for your health or you think something might be wrong, you have to be honest with yourself about like what what in my experience has led me to this manifestation of being concerned for my health? Like, do I eat well? Do I exercise? Do I maybe have some genetic things that are going on in my family that make me have some concern? Either way, it's time to be really honest with yourself and to think about your health maybe a little bit differently, to ask if you can contribute to your health in a positive way with any kind of lifestyle changes. And of course, you guys, when I talk about health, I always make it a point to say to people, I don't think it's good to do fad dieting or fad exercising or things like that. If you're trying to take control of your health and do different things, I strongly suggest you sit with yourself, you are honest with yourself about your time and your routines, and see what you can do consistently to make health changes. Now, moving forward, the energy that surrounds you in terms of clarity and that next step is the wolf. So the wolf is a symbol of self-mastery, but also sometimes the wolf is a symbol that you are not alone, that you have a pack of people that you can lean on for support and for resources. So if you are looking to take better control of your health or to play a more active role in your health, now is a good time to reach out for support. Like I said, with Sazalteotl being the goddess that surrounds you right now, I would definitely schedule a doctor appointment and just get a checkup. Get a clean bill of health. That'll help you with your, with any kind of, what's the word? Like worries that you might have about your health. But also the energy is good for improving your health as well. So I don't think anything is like seriously wrong. I feel like now is the time though for health checkups. Like that's not a bad thing. And so I hope that one's helpful too. Oh, Artsy says I look great tonight. Thank you. I appreciate you. Aera Evangeline says, will KJ contact me? Will KJ contact me? Let's go ahead and pull a couple cards and see what these, I've got my Soulful Woman cards back, and we'll pull a couple of these cards and see what they have to say. So we got one card and two cards. So the energy that surrounds you is embracing change. And it says, with every loss, I understand that something new is about to be birthed beyond what I can imagine. So if you were asking me, will KJ contact me? And I pull this card about embracing change and loss, I would say probably not right now. Is it possible that they contact in the future? Yes, my friend, anything is possible. But for right now, it's time to embrace change and open yourself up to the idea that new and interesting possibilities are rising to meet you, okay? New and interesting possibilities are rising to meet you. And so the energy that moves you forward, your clarity card, is grace. And this card says, when I open to the deep source of grace, the flow of my life feels effortless and vibrant. And so this is a message of just leaning in, right? Leaning in to who you are, leaning in to your authentic self, and most importantly, leaning into your intuition. And so this is a very strong message that you can feel peace and grace even while going through change, and that you are a wellspring of grace, of healing, and of intentional energy. So I hope that one's helpful too, Aera. All right, my friends, I am going to go ahead and do one more reading. We're going to do a reading for the energy of next week, to see the energy and alignment, and to see what we can do to keep in good balance and to move forward. Let me shuffle these cards. So I've got one card, and I've got the second card. The energy that surrounds, whoa, what happened? The energy that surrounds next week is shining bright. So this is a deep message of authenticity. This is a message that we need to embody ourselves, our energy, our authenticity so much, so strong. As we embody our authenticity, the universe rises to meet us. Okay. And so what I mean by that is every time you choose you, every time you choose your balance, every time you choose your boundaries, you choose your authentic you. We all talk about manifesting the life of our dreams, manifesting that next big house or that awesome fast car or that really cool new job, but we don't think about who we are as authentic beings. We think about how it would be nice to change the outside world, and how it would be nice to change outside conditions, and how it would be nice to have all these extra stuff, to have all these extra things. But we don't think about who we are as humans. And we don't think about our authentic selves. And so while we are thinking about how our life would be so much better if we could just manifest all this stuff, we refuse to sit with ourselves and to see where we are being inauthentic to ourselves. So this is a strong message for next week, to sit with your own heart. Sit with your own heart and ask your heart, am I working with my heart? Am I working with my intuition? Am I walking with my heart and creating a heart-centered reality? Or am I denying my heart? Am I giving into self-sacrifice? Am I doing too much for other people and not allowing my own heart to feel balance and to feel joy? Am I feeling burnt out? Am I feeling depressed because I am doing too much for others and I feel imbalanced? So if you are self-sacrificing yourself, if you are the person that everybody else comes to when they need help, and you are always consistently helping other people, and you end up feeling drained because of it, you need to ask yourself, are you setting good boundaries with your own heart? So boundaries are not just for other people. Boundaries are also for us. And you can give too much of yourself. So remember, some good points, some good tips for not giving too much of yourself are to never give what you cannot give freely. If you can't give something and expect nothing in return, then you should not give it at all. That would be a warning sign that your heart is saying, I cannot do this right now because I expect something in return, and I'm not able to give it freely. If you can't give something freely, you are selling. You're not giving, you're selling. And so if you are giving something that you can't really afford to give away, and you consistently keep doing that, you're draining yourself of your own energy. So especially for next week, the message is consult your own heart, be authentic, and shine bright in your own way. The clarity card, the energy that moves us forward, is true worth, of course. And true worth says, my worth is intrinsic and shines from my inner being like a sacred jewel of love and compassion. So again, this card also speaks about our hearts, understanding that our hearts have worth and have value, even when other people cannot see that value. So understand, just because somebody else can't see your worth, somebody else can't see your potential, somebody else can't see how awesome you are, how much that you help others, how much that you help the community. If somebody else can't see it, it doesn't mean that it's not true. It means that they're blind. They cannot see all of the amazing things that you do, and they cannot see how wonderful you are. So that's a sign, man. That is a sign that you need to move forward and find people who are better suited to understand your needs and to understand what your heart is saying. And so this is a message that we need to be good, authentic communicators. Especially, we need to partake in conscious communication, and we need to understand that you need to communicate your worth. You need to communicate your value, and you need to set those boundaries. If people consistently can't show up for you, if they consistently can't see your worth, it's time to move on. It's time to find other people who see your worth and your value. I hope that that's helpful for you guys. I hope that energy that moves you forward is easy, is peaceful, is calm. I'm wishing you lots of peace tonight. Remember, I will be live next Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time to do live readings. If you love these messages, consider checking out my Patreon. I give people daily messages every single day over there, and I would love to have you as a subscriber. Thanks, friends, and we'll catch you soon. Bye.